We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go. Set, 180. Here we go. King.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw, Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ty Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Come on, boy.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. And if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ready. Rip right. You got double time. 6-6. Pull it high. 4 down. Check 4. Check 26.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Hey, check Mike 46. Check Mike 46.
On 3rd down, Carson, and he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Team spell, fight.
Now they try the right side here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Hey, switch gears. Who draw Parker?
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one, 28 yards on the ground. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Point after, up and good. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we are tied at 7. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Johnson. This will get them all the way inside the Tennessee 20. A big run there by Johnson, 45 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ty Johnson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They run it with Carson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Carson, and he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Rolling to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
From the gun, Lambert. He gets it to Brown, complete. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
It's our time.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
You ready?
Mike, 46. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Snap.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And they'll get this down to the 10. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 4-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff looking right. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 8, read.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time.
Off the bootleg. Lambert. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll pull it down. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 31. Check 31.
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
218, Joker. Check 24, check 24. Ready.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Go now. 30 base.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Flush to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
46, boys, 46. 46 to Mike. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Big Rivers.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Now, we had the fumble last week. Now, here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Alert! Jim. 64.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Browns. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep.
At their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
36.
Operating from the gun, Lambert. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
15 line. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet.
Right back to him on 1st down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Hampton. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Back now in Nashville. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4.
Hey, 133.
1st down, Mayfield. Going to throw right side here, complete. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the 1st quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's Scott. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's put him on the buses.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
He's crashing.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Mayfield down. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Mayfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. He's at the 50. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Lambert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Browns drive about to get started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh? You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Lambert. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Got it. 52. Block 52. 52's the mic. Give it up.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also fourth down.
132 fighter. Ready?
On fourth down, Lambert. Cooper's got it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for first and 10. Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Seventh play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. On fourth down, Lambert. Got a man, it's Brown. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Ready, set.
52. Double dog, that's the way.
Hey, seam 6. Yo, cheetah.
They'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Check.
And the blitz does come. So left side, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Browns, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the loss knocks them from the ranks of the undefeated as they drop their first game of the season. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.